Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Wednesday market webcast. Okay, so again, another day testing the 9-day and the weekly pivot. So basically 5 sessions of either bisecting that line or coming into that line and creating support. They're trying to push off of it this morning. Let's go straight to the hourly chart and get a better look of it there. So that's your weekly pivot. That's your 9-day. You've got support there. They tested it early in the morning. They made a quick trip back in and around the open. They traded as low as 73.5. But really for us, it was a 2-trade day. We bought the open. We let that work. And then we ended up in a second chance trade in the 86-87 area that we rode up into that 47.09, 47.10, not quite all-time highs. But the side of the fence that I'm concerned about this morning, honestly, is the bulls. They had a whole lot of time to make new all-time highs yesterday, about 5 hours. That did not get done. So for me, yesterday and Monday were really about, does the weekly pivot want to be support or resistance? Does the 9-day want to be support or resistance? I think it's pretty clear that, at least at this point, they want to be support. Fine. Where are we going? Are we going anywhere, or are we not going anywhere? If we're going somewhere, then the bulls need to get it in gear, gather themselves up, get over the top of 47.10, and that gets you up into the 47.33, 47.50 area, probably by the end of the week. And then you start wondering just where we're going to land, come Thanksgiving. The alternative, I think, is not really that we reverse and go down. I think it's going to take news to do that. I think the alternative is we just kind of find another place to draw one of these rectangles, and we just kind of hang. I could easily draw one here, but it wasn't quite that awful to trade. But when we start hanging around for 12 to 18 hours in and around 4,700, big round numbers, just tucked underneath all-time highs, things like that. Typically that says, okay, we're gonna gather ourselves a little bit here. We've done effectively 46.50 up to 47.10, and we're gonna hang out and see what's next. Which way that breaks, when it does break, again, is gonna have a lot to do with this hourly midband. It was support most of the night. They're trying to make it resistance. I don't know how that's gonna work out for them. You've got volume weighted average price coming in at 96. 97.75 is your hourly mid-band. You got a bunch of other stuff, proprietary moving average 5-minute in the 95. So 95 to 98 is going to be important. 4,700 is always important. They tested that last night in and around the Europe Open, and Europe didn't want anything to do with it. They traded 47.01 just after 3:30. They took it right back down to 46.93. So we've answered the question about the 9-day and the weekly pivot. They are support until they're not. The next question is, what does the round number want to be? Support or resistance? If it's support, then you're talking new all-time highs, starting to talk about 33s and 50s in the 4700s. If it's resistance, then we are carving out another trading zone, another consolidation zone. The question is, what's the bottom of that zone? And if the answer is the bottom of that zone is 46.88 to 46.91 and the top end of that zone is 4700, then grab a pillow because we're going to be hanging out for a while. It's not going to, that little 10 to 15 handle area has got to make up its mind either for a trip back here to see the 9-day again or up and over the top. All right. Everybody have a fantastic day. Be safe, be healthy, take care, trade them well. Come check out the room. Talk to you tomorrow.